What's up, y'all? Goofy Rexy here. Hope everybody is doing well, and welcome, guys, to the weekly headliner update, week number 74. Now, if you're new to the weekly headliner, this is where we discuss what is upcoming this week in Marvel Strike Force, and then we recap the important topics from the previous week as well. There's a lot of stuff to talk about here this week. We have the Phantom X event campaign that's going to be ending. Also going to share some feedback here on the Unlimited X-Men team so far. Been hearing some negative feedback. We'll talk about that here in this video. Also want to go over a quick overview of some of the events that are happening this week for the Rolling Rebel milestone. There's two that are going to be ending, and then we're also going to talk about some that are going to be starting it as well. We also have the Pride Inferno event, which is tied to Rolling Rebel. We're going to go over some details just to make sure that you are prepared going into this week. Also, when are we getting a new patch? We'll start speculating and talk about some dates as to when that could happen here. And are we also getting Pocket Dimension? Not quite sure, but that and so much more to talk about here, guys, on the weekly headliner update. And we're going to start right now. All right, y'all, welcome back. Like I said, we have lots to talk about here on the weekly headliner update. The first thing I actually wanted to dive into is the Phantom X event campaign that's supposed to be ending on Saturday night or Sunday morning if you are in the future. Just kind of curious as to where you guys stand right now in regards to shards. I'll show you where I'm at. So I have not been opening up any orbs for Phantom X at all. I've been spending my cores and grabbing my fragments, but I currently right now have 38 debonair orbs, which I'm going to be opening up on Saturday night. So maybe I'll post a picture in Discord or something like that to just show you guys where I actually landed at the end of it. I have 30 shards right now for Phantom X from just going through the event campaign. But I know some of you guys have been opening up some of your orbs. So curious as to where you guys are and sort of just the experience that you had so far in regards to those orb openings. But I'm starting to wonder whether or not this even matters, in terms of just coring out for this event. I've been spending 400 cores per day, and I'm going to continue to do it because I've kind of committed to it, and I have a little bit of a theory in mind, and that's the reason why I'm not opening up any of the orbs right now. But the feedback on the Unlimited X-Men team has just not been very good so far, right? There's been some concerns. So they look like a good Cosmic Crucible team. We got Dazzler, we got Phantom X, most likely expecting that Gambit's probably going to be this week in preparation for the patch, which we think is probably going to be next week, right? They look good in CC, right? But the major issue that a lot of players are concerned with is that they're just not as good as the previous Legendary Horseman team. So we have Darkhold, who is a multifaceted team. You can use them in Arena. You can use them in Alliance War. They're going to be good for Tower, right? They're going to be good for areas like that. They're good in Cosmic Crucible, right? We've seen that so far. And two of the characters, Morgan Le Fay and Doctor Strange Heartless, actually aren't that bad in raids as well. I've used them sometimes in raids just to kind of mix some things up. So they're a good team. They're multifaceted, but there is some concern definitely about the Unlimited X-Men team. And how good is that team going to be? Are they going to be Legendary S? Are they even going to be able to beat Darkhold in Cosmic Crucible as them being a Cosmic Crucible team? Now, that's still a question that's going to be out there. Sunfire's not released, who's going to be the new character that's going to be a part of this Unlimited X-Men team coming in patch 6.2. And we already knew about Rogue, who looks like it's probably going to be the character that's going to hold this team together. But are they going to be usable outside of that? In some quick initial testing in Alliance War, wasn't impressed. I know that other people like Mobile and Tana, and I think those guys, like, they tested them out in Alliance War together. The feedback just has not been very good so far, and it definitely is a concern. So we'll have to see once we do get Gambit, once we do get Rogue. Gambit, like I said, probably we're expecting his offer's got to be out this week, right? Patch is probably going to be next week. So we're probably going to be expecting the offer to come out this week at some point in time. And then I think some of it too, like, has to do with the fact that maybe some players are not taking very well to Cosmic Crucible. So maybe they feel some type of way about that. But then also too, that Phantom X is a character kind of seems like a little obscure as a character. Just Sunfire's okay, but just, some players mentioned that they probably would have preferred another character as opposed to Phantom X being added to this team. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts right now on the unlimited, or that's not even my thoughts, that's what I'm hearing in terms of feedback. What are your thoughts right now on this Cosmic Crucible Team Unlimited X-Men? Maybe we're being a little bit premature in regards to sort of our feedback here. Now, I wanted to kind of shift gears and talk about the Rolling Rebel events. So there's a couple to talk about, right? So Victory Blueprint #1 is going to be ending on Wednesday night, which is Thursday morning for some of you guys who are in the future. It's going to be ending on Wednesday here. You can see where my numbers are so far, 89,000. Remember, you're earning points here by spending your war energy refills, earning your war credits, and spending your campaign energy. So prep for me, 14,000 points. Most likely, that's another 2 days of spending campaign energy. And then probably earning some war, and another war of earning some war credits. We'll definitely be able to get to this mark here and get the earrings, gemstone earrings, that are of course going to give me the boosted points that I do need for the Rolling Rebel milestone. Also keep in mind too as well that if you have alliance credits available, your Stark Tech that you get there, Stark Tech credits, that you can use those to purchase war credits in the alliance store. And that will also give you points towards that milestone. So wishing you guys best of luck as you're kind of ending some things out here. Maybe spending some extra cores to refresh campaign energy might be helpful too. But I would wait until probably the very last day, which would be Wednesday, just to see kind of where you are for points where that is concerned. We also do have another alliance milestone going on right now, Coordinated Assault. This is where you're spending your ISO 8 campaign energy in order to be able to climb through these milestones. This is actually a really easy one to go through. I remember this was not challenging at all. I mean, you were able to kind of get through these milestones pretty fast. The rewards for the actual milestone itself, it's from that perspective, but at least you're able to get like 5 or 6 milestones, right? In terms of the point, in terms of like the disco balls that you're able to earn, you're able to get like 5 or 6 milestones, I think. 4 to 6 milestones for the Rolling Rebel milestone. So we'll take it and we'll kind of just move on from there. But there is going to be a couple more new events that are going to be starting this week. One of which is going to be the Pride Inferno event. Now, if we go back to the previous blog post that talked about Rolling Rebel, this is going to be one of the main milestones. And this is going to start on June 8th, which is going to be Wednesday night. So same night as Victory Blueprint ends. And this is going to be going until the 15th. So our assumption, based on some of the information that was shared here in this blog post, that the patch is probably going to be sometime next week based on how things are looking. But yeah, Pride Inferno is going to be very important. It's one of the main milestones. There are going to be 2 milestones that are going to be a part of the Pride Inferno event within itself. So you have the individual Pride Inferno main milestone, and then you have the Rising Stars milestone, which is going to be a web milestone, which we're going to talk about as well. Through the Pride Inferno milestone, you're going to be able to earn the Glamour Skates. This is another one of those milestone items that gives you the boosted points for the Rolling Rebel event. So you're definitely going to want to make sure that you try to grab that. That's at milestone 27, as you can see here. And it's actually fairly easy, free to play, for you to be able to get to that milestone. You can also, throughout the entirety of the milestone, if you complete all of it and get all the way to milestone 30, you will be able to earn a total of 6 million gold, which is kind of nice. Right now, based on the math that I did, I think free-to-play wise, you're going to be able to get at least 4.25 million of that gold. The last 2 milestones, the math, I don't know if the math is going to add up. It may be that you might have to spend some money in order to be able to get the last 1.75 million. And the reason why is because, so to be able to get points for the Pride Inferno milestone, as it mentions here, you spend campaign energy and then earn pride or fragments. The campaign energy that you spending 1 campaign energy gives you 69 points, which I don't know why they made it 69 points. I mean, come on, guys. You have adults who are children here. Come on, man. How could I ignore that? All right, let's move on. Let's be mature here. All right. So 69 points per campaign energy that you do spend. So if you're doing, what's the math? Usually it's 1108 campaign energy that you get throughout the day, right? So for your 50 core refreshes, your free refreshes that you get throughout the game, what you accumulate, And then the 100 that you do get for doing your blitz battles that you can collect through your web milestones, it's about 1108. So if you're doing that times 69 for a day, that's 76,000 points that you're able to earn. You do that over a 7-day period, that's going to be 535,000 points, which is going to be enough to get to milestone 28. So you'll definitely be able to get the glamour skates for sure, and you'll definitely also be able to get even the disco balls here. But to get to milestone 29 and 30, you got to get 570,000. And actually to get to milestone 30, you're going to need 622,000 in order to be able to do so, which you can earn additional points by earning Pride Orb fragments, but you're still, I don't know, are you going to be able to get 87,000? Basically, it's like 86,800 points is what you'll be left with after your campaign energy. Is that right? Let me make sure that is actually correct. So minus 622, what was the actual number here? 622. Yep. So yeah, it's going to be about 87,000 points that you'll need. I don't know if through the event that you're going to earn 86,000 Pride Orb fragments, because you only get 1 point for those. Although with the web milestone that's down here, the Rising Stars, you will also be able to earn, I think they mentioned it here, earn Pride Orb fragments to fuel your Infernal progress. I looked at these milestones. I didn't do the math and the calculation of that, but just by a quick visual look, I don't think that's going to add up to 87,000. You can also earn Pride Orb fragments from, they mentioned select campaign nodes and the all clear daily objective. So maybe they will give you enough Pride Orb fragments to do it, but I just see it highly unlikely. I think mostly you're probably going to say, you know what, I'll get the glamour skates, I'll get the 4.25 million gold, I'll move on, and then we'll kind of go from there. Those are kind of probably my thoughts, but we'll see. I'll do some actual math later and we can go from there. You can also earn 5 red stars from the Pride Inferno milestone too for Nico Minoru. So that's actually kind of cool. And then also this Pride Inferno event is where you're going to be able to earn your pink phase blitz, which you can then use to purchase the Nico costume, which we got a visual of right here, which looks pretty cool. Like it looks pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is actually a really good looking costume. So definitely looking forward to getting that. This costume though is not going to be available until patch 6.2. They mentioned it's going to start, you're going to be able to earn or get her costume soon after the Pride Inferno event ends. So that's most likely why we believe that the Pride Inferno event ends on the 15th, which is the reason why we're probably thinking that patch is probably going to be the 15th or 16th or something like that for next week. So that's kind of it in a nutshell, guys, in terms of the Pride Inferno event. I went through it really quickly, obviously, because some of this information was already available. So if you want me to do like a specific video breaking stuff down, just let me know. I'm happy to do so. Now, there's also going to be another event for this week that's going to contribute or give you some of those points that you need as well for the Rolling Rebel milestone, and that is going to be the Quick Rumble Blitz. This one is going to be featuring the Brotherhood characters. So you're going to be able to earn more points by using Brotherhood characters for the Quick Rumble Blitz, which is going to start on Thursday. Keep in mind that it's not just Magneto and Toad and Blob and Juggernaut and Pyro that also have the Brotherhood tag. Keep in mind that Mystique and Sabretooth still also do have the Brotherhood tag as well. So you'll be able to earn some extra points, some extra boosted points by using those characters also. So that's pretty much basically it in terms of events for the Rolling Rebel milestone this week. Wanted to talk about some other things as well. Actually, let's backtrack a little bit. For the Rising Stars milestone, which is the web milestone for the event, this is definitely worth mentioning as well. You will earn points, as I mentioned, by winning in Blitz using characters with the limited time up-and-comer trait. I actually filtered out my roster, I think, right before I started this video with characters that have the up-and-comer trait here. So that's Nico, that's Magic, Cloak, Shuri, Ghost Spider. Some good free-to-play characters too: Squirrel Girl, America Chavez, Miss Marvel, Miles. Some pretty good characters there too. I mean, there's some pretty good characters that are here. Maybe Ironheart and Human Torch and Mantis you guys don't care about, or even Megasonic X-23, but some good characters that you can use to earn some points. You obviously will earn more points if you do win with these if you do use these characters that have higher gear tiers that are equipped on them. So take a look at that. Like I said, you can earn the Pride Orb fragments. We'll see if you can earn enough to be able to get that 6 million gold, which is what I know a lot of us are probably shooting for as we move forward here in this throughout this event. But let's shift gears. Let's talk about something else. So obviously we knew about Sunfire, and we kind of talked a little bit about Unlimited X-Men and sort of like our thoughts there. But something else we got some information on, which I thought was pretty good. We're gonna be getting an Asgardian update here in the Asgardian rework. Now, I don't think everybody's gonna be excited about this. To be fair, I think that there's probably gonna be a very select few that will be. But they did confirm that the Asgardian team is gonna be getting a rework, and that there's now gonna be a new hero Asgardian team, right? So previously, before, the Asgardian team had Loki, had Hela, had Thor, Heimdall, and then Sif. Now, Thor, Heimdall, and Sif are going to be getting reworks, and they're going to be adding 2 new characters to this new hero Asgardian team. So the rumors are it's probably the new characters is a Valkyrie, and then like Lady Thor, Jane Foster. That's sort of our expectation here in regards to like some rumors that have gone out already. Now, my quick thoughts on this is that I'm a little disappointed actually in the fact that they're just going to be another war defense team. They were already the previous Asgardians were a war defense team already. Now we're just reworking them to be a war defense team again. Based on the way the kits look, I mean, there's some interesting stuff that happened with Heimdall. He didn't really get much of a health boost. He had a decent damage boost. He had a decent pretty good focus boost as well. There's some things that he does, clearing negative effects from self and all allies. His new passive ability in war on his turn can generate 2 ability energy for 2 random hero Asgardian allies. On heal block, he can fill the speed bar by 20%. That's because you want to be able to get him to clear those negative effects right a little bit quicker with his special ability. Now, one thing to mention in this change is that this is specific. This says in war, not on war defense, that he can generate 2 ability energy. Although I think you're probably going to want to use this team on offense anyways, on defense primarily. I thought it was interesting that they didn't specify that he can give the ability energy on war defense only. I thought that was kind of interesting there. Sif got a really big stat boost in terms of like her focus, which is pretty important for some of her abilities here as well. She does give the team a little bit higher resistance. Got a little boost on the health side. I mean, it's an okay boost. I think Thor got the biggest stat boost, like 80% health. That's pretty big, right? 45% damage. That's pretty good too. Armor 46, focus stat 96. I thought the focus stat was actually pretty interesting because his ultimate ability can stun, but because of his low focus, it never really actually lands. So I think it's actually kind of interesting. He has higher resistance. He also has some increased crit chance as well, which I think may lead him to probably being a raider. Heimdall can also boost crit chance too. So 20% from Heimdall, 20% from Thor for himself. So you're talking about 40%. You put the raider ISO on him. That gives him a higher chance to be able to crit there. So might be good. That stun now from Thor might not only just stun, but it can also crit and do some crazy amount of damage so he can flip defense up. So I don't know. It's an interesting rework. I'm a little disappointed that it's war defense again. I would like to have seen it used somewhere else. I guess some players who already have built up Thor will definitely get some advantage here, right? Or already built up their Asgardian team and got some pretty big ones that they can probably boost their team a little bit more now by having Thor there. But yeah, a little disheartening that it's only a war defense team. But also wanted to talk about this that popped up last week, and it's Pocket Dimension. So I was gone this past weekend, so I wasn't really paying much attention to a lot of things, but when I came back, I tried to catch up, and one of the things that I saw was that Pocket Dimension is going to be going live in 3 days, and somebody shared this picture in Discord, and they were like, hey, Goofy, did you know about this? And I'm like, homie, no, I didn't know anything about this. But now they did make a mention in a blog post previously, like when they first talked about Pocket Dimension, that it could pop up at any time, right? So they don't necessarily need to tell you when it's going to happen. We would like for them to tell us because you have to build characters. that has specific traits towards it. So therefore we would like for you to tell us. But this was then posted up in the game with a timer on it, and then the timer went down. People made videos thinking that was going to be the characters that have the up-and-comer trait, when that wasn't the case, because the up-and-comer trait was actually being used for the Pride Inferno event. So it was just some crazy stuff that was going on. So right now, the Pocket Dimension link is actually not in game, or the timer on that is not in game whatsoever. So they took it down, but it looks like Pocket Dimension probably will be some point in time, probably in the next patch. So my thing is this: they need to give it at least a week's notice, so players can at least plan out a little bit better. A week is probably still not even that great anyways, but at least players can now put some energy towards figuring out exactly how they need to build their rosters. I think when you kind of pop it up and say, okay, here it is, you got to go figure it out in 4 days, it doesn't feel very good. Although Pocket Dimension does last 7 days. So technically if you do 7, you technically would have 14 days. Well, 13 days, because you need to do the first run, and then you need to do the second run. So technically, boy, I hate numbers. But those are my thoughts. I think a lot of people do like Pocket Dimension. I think a lot of people like the new game modes. They kind of want to get rid of the old ones like Blitz and Raids, or at least Greek Raids, being able to sort of like, Blitz though, like just get rid of those in entirety. There's some new raids that have been data mined now that could be coming to Marvel Strike Force. So I didn't talk about that specifically in this video because I'm done with speculating. I need information to actually be readily available, so I can actually talk about it. I don't want to speculate anymore. Let me know what's actually happening, and then I'll talk about it then. But listen, curious as to where you guys are right now with Marvel Strike Force. I'm hearing a lot of players who are kind of just frustrated with a lot of the things that are going on in terms of just items and things that they have to do in the game. Are you excited about this month-long event again? Are you looking for probably to another month-long event? It definitely is a little taxing right now in MSF, and I can definitely feel the frustration. What do you feel about Unlimited X-Men? Are you kind of just like, bro, this team doesn't look that good? I like Gambit. I'll invest because it's Gambit and Rogue, but other than that, man, this is really a buzzkill. Let me know, guys. Curious to see where you guys are. I'm kind of in the indifferent phase now. I'm sort of kind of just taking it for what it is, and just doing what I want to do in MSF, as opposed to doing what they desire for me to do in MSF, them being Scopely. But listen, appreciate you guys watching the video. Always a good time making these videos, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell that you know when the videos do go live, guys. Until next time, more videos coming out this week. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Bye.